It's Thursday today.
I'm so sad yesterday.
Yesterday we didn't get to go to Sushi Wednesday because we were both tired from our trips. Right, babe? We both went to bed at like 6:30 in the morning. I mean 6:30 at night. And we woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Crazy! And sorry guys, today we're not gonna do the strange sushi because Keisuke is like, I need sushi. So I can't eat strange sushi, please. So we'll try to do that next week eventually. You guys have given us questions and you guys have given us suggestions of videos to do. But right now they're all kind of... Honey, I can't get this open. Oh, I found it. Best right now, so I'm not sure which questions we did and we didn't do, so please let me go back and figure out those questions. But today I think we should just talk about our trip. Don't you think, babe? So, as you guys will see, we went back to Minnesota for my dad's wedding. Maybe somebody ordered natto. Sorry. So he got married to his girlfriend, Kathy. It was a cute wedding. It was a beautiful wedding. My sister helped with all the planning and was pushy to get them to make decisions and stuff. And wedding decisions are always really hard. I didn't have that many decisions for a wedding, but I still was like, oh my god, oh my god. So many questions, so many things to decide. I felt bad for Kathy a few times because I was just like, this poor girl's getting asked too many questions right now. Somebody make a decision for her. But the wedding was fun. I have video from that we'll show you guys later. And hopefully I can make a cutesy wedding video for them as well. With music. Ooh. But we visited my family. We went to Target. I drank 3 or 4, I think, pumpkin lattes. And we've got wonderful Friends gear. Thank you, Target. We appreciate you.
いいですね。T シャツってすごい。
25 years, man. It's just a little bit longer than you've been on this planet. Every day we got to hang out with Cooper and Emery, our niece and nephew, and I think that was a lot of fun. Keisuke got to practice playing with kids the entire time we were there.
Guess what? Yeah! Guess what? Yeah!
What have you started? I know a lot of people complimented you on your kid wrangling.
Guess what? Chicken butt. Oh, めちゃくちゃ食べます。今日めちゃくちゃ食べます。今日はめちゃくちゃ食べます。
なんだ？ある？まだあるよ。牡蠣。写真見た。
なかった。
What was one of your favorite moments of the whole trip?
やっぱ俺が一番楽しかったのは難しいね。あなたは？
My favorite part? Besides Target, I really enjoyed I don't know, I really liked watching you with Cooper and Emily. Hi, Cooper! Sushi roll. Sushi roll. Everybody sushi roll. 恥ずかしい。No, I think I really do. Like watching you with the kids. And I always like watching you experience new things. So I got to spend time with Dad. And even though me and Shell were giving him shit like the whole time when we were helping him write his vows, like not many people get to help their parents write their wedding vows, right? So I was happy that he asked me to help and then he allowed us to
あ
help.
れよかった。私もプラウド。意外と。
Oh, I also liked when you helped Dad put on his tie.
So, I don't know if I can do it. I'm nervous.
I don't know, there's a lot of good moments. I guess I can't just pick one favorite moment. There's another moment where me and my sister were cutting cake to serve to everybody that came to the wedding. And just like me and Michelle like working together and working together well. Like I pretty much told her, I was like, Michelle, if you can get a barn and you can get a company like this started, like a rental barn and help put the wedding together, I would come work with you. Because it was fun and I was happy to share that experience with Michelle because it's something she really likes to do. That's why she went to be a wedding girl. There was also another moment where everybody was trying to tell you to go tip a cow. Because I know you have no idea about that, right? What about you, babe? I guess I also liked having you and Evan together. Because there hasn't been a lot of time for you two to get to know each other.
まあでもエヴァンとアマンダ見てるのも楽しかった。
本当？ミシェルと私全然違う。
あとメイソンと一緒にゲームしたり。
Mason's changed so much from when he was little. He is such a good guy. I was really impressed with him, and Jolene's kids were all great. And Kylie's gotten so big. Like she's a teenager right now, and that scares me. I remember when she was little and didn't want to share any of her candy, and now she's a big girl, and I'm teaching her how to make coffee. And there was a whole bunch of people too that commented on how kind Mason was and how good Jolene's kids are. Jolene, you got some good kids. Everybody's impressed. Avocado. Oh my god, that's a statue. ある。こっちいいよ。こっち。違うよ。
やばい。
ご注文ありがとうございました。
ね、飽きよ。
やっぱメイソンはギリギリコンバセーションができる。
But he was so kind and so patient, and it wasn't like talking like to grandpa.
お取り忘れにご注意ください。
Oyster. Tartar sauce. That picture of grandpa, you and dad, where grandpa's like pulling your beard with dad, I really like that picture. Yeah, because it's funny.
嬉しい。
You don't like that picture?
いや、面白いけど。
Soul family, like picking on son kind of thing. So I'm happy. And I'm happy that we got to see other family members. Like, I don't know who you all got to talk to because you were running around with the kids. But like, I didn't know who to expect at Dad's wedding. So when relatives that I haven't seen in a really long time were there, I was really, really happy because I was like, I can actually talk to them. And like most of them just follow me on Facebook now and know, but like to actually talk to them, and I haven't talked to them in a while. Hi guys. We're talking about you on Sushi Wednesday.
Nope. I'm good.
Oh, shut up. It's fine. It's Sushi Wednesday. It's going up on a Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
言えばいい。私本当に分かった。グランマドライビングでクエスチョンタイム。超楽しかった。
Oh, no?
でも I don't know グランマは fail. Was she fail?
She probably was fun and enjoyed it. Michelle originally had a ride set up for us, and Cody's brothers were supposed to drive us home. Then she felt so bad because they're just standing around the wedding, not talking to anybody because they don't know anybody. And I felt bad too, but I kept getting pulled aside to do other things. And And so she ended up sending them home and talked Grandma and Grandpa into driving us all home. And Michelle and Evan were pretty far gone. And Evan passed out like in the car. Michelle was like kept her eyes closed and had her head out the window so she wouldn't throw up. And then Grandma drove me and Keisuke home. And Keisuke's totally sober and I've had a few drinks, so I was happy, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw up, pull over right now. But Keisuke was asking Grandma some interesting questions, like what was her first record that she had purchased in her life? And she said Elvis, of course, but she's not 100% sure. She's a die-hard Elvis fan. And then he was asking her about like the difference between now and back when Grandma was young, and we got some pretty cool answers that I probably wouldn't have thought of on my own, to ask Grandma. But lately I've been kind of thinking of those questions because most of my mom's side of the family is gone, and I don't know who to ask for certain answers. So, and I've been curious if I should ask Keisuke's grandma about like World War II. She was a little girl at that time, and she's already told us a few things about it. Like, she always remembers soldiers gave them candy all the time, right? Chocolate. So, I'm curious to ask her a few more questions because, before you know it, I can't ask those questions.
You can ask. She's totally fine.
Yeah, she's totally fine, probably. I love Keisuke's grandma. He loves my grandma. I know another one. So my grandma has 7 sisters. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Please tell the story. Please. Tell the story. I'm gonna eat my sushi. Tell the
It's
story.
okay. Yes, please.
No, tell the
Tell
story.
me.
Okay, I will chime in, but you have to start.
So I love the picture. Some of the grandma's sisters.
I will post. They also took a picture together.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I will post soon.
Okay.
Grandma's.
Tell the story. So my grandma has 7 sisters. They were a farm family. Keisuke, oh my god, I just spit. Right. I was walking around the wedding trying to get some stuff done, I think, and all of a sudden Keisuke yelling at me. Babe, 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 babe. And I'm like, what? And then he like pulls me aside and he's like, what did you say?
You're part of your grandma or something?
No, you're like grandma's twin or something? Like, is that grandma? No, you didn't say sister. You were just like, I found Grandma Betty.
Yeah.
Right? You were just like, I found Grandma Betty. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he points over to this lady and I was like, oh, yeah, that's Grandma Betty's sister. And he goes, ah, niteru, niteru. Chou niteru. And then later they come up and Grandma's gonna introduce them to us. And Keisuke's just like, hi Grandma Betty! And Michelle's like, don't call her Grandma! And then he goes and is like, your grandma! And everybody's like, oh my god, he just called her old. But he can play his gaijin card because he's just a gaijin in the States. The oldest is Grandma Betty, and she's the youngest. And so it was really interesting that Keisuke thought that they were so similar.
The grandma Betty oldest.
Yeah, she's one of the oldest. Grandma's lived a long life. Why do you think she's so caring? She had to take care of all those sisters. One more guy. 9 guys. I don't know the difference. What's the difference? これ全部tuna?
そう。
でも
ご注文
これは
ありがとうございました。
これは I thought fatty tuna was more thicker line. So what's this one?
I don't know. So you want me to eat this?
How can we share 3 pieces? No, it just still looks kind of goopy, but it tastes delicious.
はい、お疲れ様でした。
Let's ask the people who always like to leave us comments and stuff. So he asked me and he asked Grandma Betty what our first album was or record that you ever purchased. So we want to know what record or album or cassette tape or 8-track that you ever bought in your life. What was the first album you ever got?
私はね、2つ可能性がある。1つはミスターチルドレン、もう1つはスマップ、どっちかやったら。
Taniguchi Sensei loves Mr. Chill. He sings it at karaoke. I want to say the first album that I ever bought was an Avril Lavigne album.
ケネディアン。
Yeah, but I had a whole bunch of like rock stuff after that. Seether, Evanescence. So let us know, guys. What was your first album, cassette tape, blah blah blah. What was your first music thing? You know, thing that played music. And if you have any questions for us, please write them down below. If you have any things you want us to continue to do, I keep on making a list.
アメリカの人が私のおばあちゃんとかに聞きたいです。
What?
アメリカの人が私のおばあちゃんに質問。なんか
Oh damn.
Aged people.
Keisuke also wants to know if there's any questions that you have that you would like to ask Keisuke's grandma, and we'll try to make a video about asking Keisuke's grandma questions. It can be anything, but nothing too like hazukashi, nothing too like over the line, like sexual or anything. I probably can't ask grandma what her favorite sexual position is. She'll probably like freak out. But you know, don't cross that kind of a line.
You cross it.
I'm just telling them not to cross the line. This is my video. Who cares? Spank me. See you guys next time.